Welcome to ItzRafiq. In this video, we are going to discuss the Kamrup Metro's practical question paper. At first, we are going to solve the question number 1. Here, we have to create a frame which will contain two more web pages. One page will contain a list and the second page will contain an image. And the third page, there we will add both the pages together. So to do this, we will require a text editor which is Notepad or any other text editor. It can be VS Code, Sublime, etc. We are going to do it in Notepad, so I am opening a new file in Notepad. And at first line, first we are going to make a list, a simple list. So at first we will write heading tag h1. Here we are going to skip the head. We are going to skip head, body. This means basic tags, because that basic tag will be on the main page. So here h1, then creating a list, and after that we will create a simple list. Here we will add 3 elements, and you can, if you want, you can add more element as well. After writing all the elements, we will close the OL tag. Then we will save the file. We'll go to file, save, and give the file name as list.html, and we will select a location to save the file. I'll suggest to select desktop because it will be easier to search your file. We'll save the file. Again, we'll take a new file. There we will add a simple image on the page. At first, heading level 1, then we'll write inserting an image. In the next line, we will write image tag img src equal and any one image name, whatever available in our computer, and we can define the height and width of the image. That's all for the second page. At first, we'll see what image available in my computer. I have this one, image.jpeg. So you have to remember the file name and extension, and exactly that way you will have to write. Then only the image will appear on your output page. So we'll write the page name, after that height and width. This page will save as image.html. Here we are adding just a simple image. After that, we'll create one more page. There we are going to create a frame. So here we are going to write all the command whatever required for a basic HTML page. The first line, doc type HTML, which tells that the document is written using HTML5. After that, HTML, then head. After that, we'll add some basic CSS. There we are going to add only the page background color and text color, and after that we'll add title tag. In the title tag, we'll mention the name of the page. For CSS, we will use background color attribute to give the page background color, and color attribute to give the text color, and selector as body. Now we will add title. After it, we'll close the head tag. Then we'll start body tag. After body tag we will write h1, then we can give the heading as inserting frames, then h1 will be closed. After that we will write command for the frame tag. So now we will write frame command, that is iframe src equal name of the page which we created at first, that is list.html, and we will specify the height and width. Especially height you can give anything, but width you remember, give 40%, 30%, 30%, something like that, so that you can easily display two pages simultaneously side by side. If you give suppose addition of both the pages is more than 100%, then the second page will appear at below the first page, so keep in mind. Now this code I am going to copy because the same code will repeat once more. We'll copy the code and paste it and just change the name from list.html to image.html. After that we will close body tag, then we'll close html tag, and after that we'll save the pages anyname.html. We can give here any name, but remember that first two pages names should be according to this page, whatever we are writing in iframe. If these are not matching, then we will not able to see in the output window. So we will open the file and see the output. First we'll minimize the code. Now we'll search for our file in our desktop. This is my file, so I'll double click to open. You can see this is in one side, right hand side list, or left hand side a list, and right hand side an image. So this way we can create frames in our web page. Now we are going to do the second question. Find the largest number among a series of numbers using array. For that we need code block, so let's open code block first. In code block we took a new file and changed the language to C. Now at first header file include stdio.h, then main function int main, then brackets, then parenthesis or the curly braces, and after that we'll declare the variables which is required to do the first program. We need I for indexing, one variable array variable, and I have defined the size as 10, then one variable which will store the maximum element number or the largest number, that is m equals 0. I am defining 0 as the largest number. After that we will use for loop to take input. So for that part you already know, I am not going to describe, so we are going to skip this part. Now we will assume that the first element of the array is the largest one, so we will write m equal arr 0, that means the first element of the array is the largest one. After that we are going to use for loop, and we will compare each individual element with the first element of the array, and if they are greater than that, then we will going to replace the value of m with that particular element. After this we'll print the value of m. For that we'll use printf. The largest element is %d, because we are going to display an integer, that's why %d, and after that name of the variable, that is m, and as the program ends here, so return 0, and after that we will compile the program to get the output. We'll give any name, and after that we'll get the output. So here we will enter 10 numbers, so element 1, element 2, element 3, like that, and after that we will get the largest number. You can see here the largest number is 14, so the output will come as the largest element is 14. So this way we can do this program. Now we are going to do the second question. Extract the individual digits from a given integer. Here suppose at first we'll take a new file. For that we'll go to file, then empty file, and after that we'll change the language into C. Here what happened, suppose we have a number 1 2 3. From there we have to extract the digit, like we have to extract 3 2 1, that way. So for that, first header file, then main function. After it will declare the variables. We will require a number. For that n, we will require d variable to store the digit, and we required one more variable, temporary variable, to copy the number into that, because we are going to do calculation with the temporary variable. After that, we'll take the input for variable n. After taking input, we'll copy the value of n to the temp variable by writing temp equal n. After that, we are going to use while loop. While temp greater than 0 means we'll continue the loop till the value of temp is more than 0. And inside that, at first we are going to take out the digit. For that, we will write d equal temp modulus 10. After that, we will display the value of d. Then we will reduce the value of temp by dividing it by 10. After this, we will come out from the loop and we will write the last statement of the program, return 0. Then we will compile the program to get the output. So give any name for that and save. After that, we will have to input a number. So let's the number be 154. Then you can see here the extracted digit is 4, 5 and 1. So this way we can solve this question. Now we are going to do question number 3. At first, here we will create a table, then we will input the data, and question sheet there are some sub questions, we will do that. So at first, we will open MySQL. We'll go to the search menu and there we will write MySQL and we can open that way. After opening MySQL, we'll type the password if password is there, and if password is not there, then just welcome screen will appear. So at the first step is we have to create a database. So we'll try to make a database. We'll write create database and any name. Let's give the name is exam. Oh no, we already have this database. So we are going to make some other database. Create database exam 25. So database query okay means database created. After that, we will have to select the database. For that, we will write use exam 25. Then we will create the table. For that, we will write create table mark sheet. Table, then mark sheet. It should be mark, sorry, I did a mistake. After that, we'll write the column name and their respective data types separated by comma, and at the last we'll close the bracket and put a semicolon. So here we'll press enter key to execute the query, and you can see query okay, that means my table is created. Now we are going to do the question number B. We have to input the data. So we'll write this given command to enter the data, and its value will separate by comma and at the last semicolon to execute it. In the question paper, the sequence is given wrong, so you have to follow the sequence while as you given in the table. In the table, the sequence is roll number, date of birth, class, then in marks. Now we have to follow the question B. At first, describe the mark sheet. So we'll write DESC mark sheet, and you see here I am writing mark 6 spelling correct, but still not coming because while creating the table I did a spelling mistake. I did not wrote R there. That's why while writing the queries as well we have to write the wrong spelling. That's why I am writing now again DSC mark sheet. So we are getting the output. Now the next question, question B. Here we'll write select star from, then the table name, that is mark sheet. Then where we have to display the student whose mark is above 80. So we'll write English greater than 80. So in our table only one student scored above 80, that is roll number 001 1001. So we are getting only this record. Now question C. Here we will write select star from mark sheet. Then we have to display the record in descending order of roll number. So order by, after that name of the column, that is roll number. Then roll number and DESC, as we are displaying in descending order. If we want to display in ascending, we will write ASC. So these three are the sub question of this question number 3. So that's all for today. I hope you have understood the MySQL section. Thank you for watching. See you in a new video. Till then, take care and bye.